the good will be great. We can't afford to play safe. You want it now, well don't wait. You miss all the shots you don't take. Hey, yeah, I know what you told me. If you want it that bad, then show me. You gotta want it more than I do. Cause I see the greatness inside you, yeah. We may rise, we may fall, yeah, but we got way more in store. Don't slow down, we can't afford to, yeah. They so great, they can't ignore you. We ain't come to break even. We ain't done, we ain't leaving. We don't stop, we don't quit. You want the victory, well here it is.
I just heard him die. Well, here we are, December the 1st. Made the trip from Kansas up to North Dakota. Had to get everything set up for the late season run here. We have to be in Iowa actually tonight. First shotgun starts tomorrow. Brian and I both have tags for that, but we had a couple days, so we shot up here yesterday. We ran around checking new spots out. Got a couple picked out. Just been pretty much going AWOL here the last 24 hours trying to get everything set up here, because then in 2 weeks we'll be back here. So just got a bayonet set up and camera out, and it's a little different this year. It's very mild weather for this time of year out here, so we're kind of unsure on how the deer movement's going to be, but we did get a couple cameras out yesterday on a few spots, and deer activity already just overnight was pretty good. So we're going to finish getting this blind set up. We got a few more here to do yet today before we leave, and so we're going to keep after it, get some more blinds set up, cameras out, and we'll be back in about 11 or 12 days. Been a day. We've been on the road since 5 o'clock this morning. We still got about 5 hours to go to our destination in North Dakota. We just had to make a pit stop. JP had to upload a video. Our hotspots weren't working on the road, so we stopped at a McDonald's hoping to use their Wi-Fi, and Wi-Fi wouldn't work there either, but luckily the hotspot did. So we got that done, picked up a few essentials at Walmart. We're back on the road. Going on.
Oh,
Made her.
yep.
See, you're good.
Good enough.
Load him up, move him out.
Just got here to North Dakota tonight for sit number 1. I just rolled in after some meetings down in Fargo this morning, so Brendan and JP have been putting in the work for us up here, and we're pretty excited. We got a couple nice bucks in here, and one really nice deer that just showed up on this spot here last night. So fingers crossed it happens. Today's the coldest day of the week. It's about 15-20 degrees, about 10 miles an hour winds, so we're hoping that tonight's the night. And I think if we're going to do it, tonight's going to be the best chance that we have at it. Looks like they're crossing it. just notched our tag here in North Dakota. Had 3 does and a fawn come in. And sure enough, he followed them right down from the top of the ridge. Came all the way down the bottom. Came right in. Kind of started to spook. And gave me a perfect 15-yard shot. So, man, I'm jacked up. That's the first kill for me with the new X3 that we're coming out with here shortly. So, super excited. Alrighty, just got out of the blind. Shot the deer right over here. We were going to look for blood. And I look across the valley and I looked at B. I was like, what's that laying over on the opposite hillside? Looks like him about 150 yards away. I just threw the binos up and looks like he's down. Made it 3 steps out of the blind. Number 1. Came through on night number 1. See him propped up there? Got him. Awesome first night here in North Dakota. I don't know how he made it that far. We'll obviously look at it, but it looks like a double lung hit. But great blood all the way down the hill. We did follow it, and just a solid buck. We know he's mature. We got a lot of pictures of him. He was one of the couple deer that we were in here after, so great way to end my season. Super grateful to Brennan and JP and Mike and the whole Breaking Point crew for having me out. And huge thanks to Brennan and JP for putting in all the work out here and getting everything set up. I really appreciate it. I feel like I don't deserve this one, but I'll definitely take it. So it's an awesome way to wrap up the season, and hopefully we can get JP on one of these good ones here before it warms up this week. So, ready?
December the 13th this evening. We had Jake roll in yesterday, about midday. Dropped him and Brennan off in a different spot, and he was lucky enough to tag out on a pretty sweet buck. The way we looked at it, we had a couple days here that the weather's still good, and then after today it's going to start warming up. Tomorrow's supposed to be in the 40s, then drop back off a little bit on Friday, but then stay on that warm trend here into next week. So we kind of talked about it, and these 2 days here should still be good as far as deer movement goes. So we want to make the best of them. So Brennan and I are tucked in a bear net here in a spot we call Reggie. Last year we had cameras running in here, and the temperatures were a lot different. We were faced with 40, 50 below zero last year. And this woodlot here, and these deer decided they were just going to hunker down in the woodlot. So we just never could get in here without all the deer obviously knowing we were here. So this year Brent and I came in, we set it up just a touch different. We've had a couple of good bucks in here in the daylight here as of recent. So we got our fingers crossed. We're pretty optimistic that tonight we're going to have a run-in with one of these deer. Just got back to camp. It's kind of a run around there at the end. That's why we didn't really do a closing, but we were down about the last, let's say, 10 minutes or so. We had a couple does starting to pop out, and we heard a truck driving down the road. Come to find out, he must have been hunting out past us, and by the looks of it, he must have killed one or something and was going in with the truck to get it. It's going to be a guessing game now, just watching cameras and see what it tells us. So tucked back in a bear net, and we're in a spot we call Reggie. We sat this spot, I think 2 nights ago. The weather tells us it should be a pretty good sit, and we just need the deer to think the same thing. We are back in a spot we call Hornet's Nest. We sat this 2 nights ago. Had a pretty good sit overall, seen quite a few deer, bunch of does, dink bucks. Never seen one of the good ones that's in here. Last night, the biggest one we have on camera in here was in here about 15 to 20 minutes after dark. We feel like that's the best intel that we've gotten off these cameras here in the last few days. Here we are, December the 17th. The reason I'm laughing is because we're optimistic on tonight's hunt, but I wouldn't say we're completely confident in it. We got 30-35 mile-an-hour winds out of the northwest, and it was calm all the way till mid-afternoon. And then obviously we seen on the weather app that it was gonna blow like crazy. Though we had one spot that's somewhat out of it. It's not out of it, but this is the same spot that Jake killed in almost a week ago now. So a couple of good bucks in here, one really big buck in here, and he's been around enough just to let us know he's still in the area. Hasn't daylighted, and the movement in here has been very spotty. We're in here because of the wind being absolutely horrendous, and we feel that if they're gonna move anywhere and have a slim chance of killing one, it's gonna be here. December the 18th. Last crackheader here in North Dakota for the year. We're tucked in a baronet on a brand new spot. We've never been in here to hunt it. The cameras one day would tell us to sit it, the next day they'd tell us not to sit it. It's kind of back and forth, but we've had some good intel over the last couple of weeks here. And we thought, you know what, we're going to try going out with a bang here in bottom of the 9th. So we're all in. We're all in for this last sit. to say right now. What a way to cap off this year. We took it down to the wire here in North Dakota last day, last 5 minutes. It's a pretty sweet sight. Looks like a good deer, man. Well, here we are, December the 18th. We've been out here grinding the last 6 or 7 days, I think it's been. And we're lucky enough, Jake rolled into camp first day, and sure enough, we were lucky enough to get him on a good deer right away. And after that, we were just faced with some bad weather and bad winds. Yesterday we had like 30, 35 mile an hour winds. Every day has just been probably 15 mile an hour or stronger. And out here, these deer just don't like that, it seems like. But we kept after it. And I finally told Brennan, I said, we're putting a deadline on this, and we're heading home Monday night, no matter what. It's time for us to see family and get back, visit with friends. Holidays coming up, we've been grinding and climbed into the blind tonight. And this is the deer we were after. He's been in here the last couple nights, but right at last light. And we actually seen him. He got out of his bed early, probably an hour and a half before dark. Watched him work the whole hillside. Looked like he was working away from us. And we had deer all over us all night. Within the last 5 minutes of shooting light, a fawn worked the hillside right up the hill to us, and she no more than got to us and looked up the hill, and I peeked around the side of the blind, and he was side hilling coming down right to us, and I couldn't believe it. We had minutes to spare, and that fawn, he pushed her off, and she looped behind us, got downwind, and must have been on edge, because all of a sudden he didn't like it, turned to leave, and I grunt stopped him and absolutely lit him up. And we could have probably watched him fall over. He didn't make it very far at all, but we had one bush in the way. And just an unbelievable end to what a struggle of a year. On paper it looks good. I had a heck of a year, I can't complain, but between Brennan and I, throughout every state, we had a lot of ups, a lot of downs, close encounters. It's a lot of mental exhaustion. So to cap this off, end the year in North Dakota with a beautiful buck, I couldn't be happier. And big shout out to Brennan. He sticks it out through thick and thin with me all year long. And big shout out once again to my family back home. They support me, allow me to do this, and we're coming home with a buck in the truck.